Hey, it's Rachel Rofe from rachelrofe.com, and this is the second part of that two-part question. Someone wanted to know, how did you and Dennis come to be partners? How did you find it initially to be when partnering with someone? How do you work together, and who brings what particular skills to the company? And I would be even curious as to what Enneagram personality types and Myers-Briggs you both are, and if that's been a factor, assuming you've thought about it. So that's a really fantastic question. I've been actually thinking about making some kind of information product or something around partnerships because it's something that I think could really benefit a lot of people. So Dennis and I got together when I was working, I just sold one of my other companies, or no, I was in the process of selling another company, and the company was basically the company from hell. I hated it, and so I found myself one day, I needed to raise a couple $1,000s really quickly, and I didn't have the money in my PayPal account. It was just I had transferred some money over from my bank, and then I needed the money within a couple hours. Just like, crap, what am I going to do to make some quick money? And so I sent out an email basically offering my copywriting services at a discount and trying to get some customers that way and generate the revenue. So Dennis emailed me, which he said he never really opens those kind of emails, so he's surprised he did, but so he opened it and we were just talking and he asked me like what I had offered. He wanted something kind of like a deluxe version of that, and so we were talking and I worked out a price for him, and then I was telling him one of my other sales letters I got was like an 18.6% conversion, which meant that one out of every 100 people that came to visit my site between 18 and 19 would buy from me. And so he's like, wow, if you could do that for me, then I'd make you a partner. And I was like, really? You're interested in having a partner? And so we started talking from there. And initially, I was just going to be a consultant for him. And it was going to be 20% of the business kind of thing. And I would just give him ideas and he would implement them. And I would work on getting relationships and stuff. And that lasted, I think, for 2 weeks. And then we were just getting along so well. And we had so many ideas that we ended up becoming 50-50 partners. And so it just worked out really, really well from there. As far as who brings what particular skills to the company, it's interesting. Like someone just interviewed us on our partnership, and so I'm going to have to remember to mention that on the blog. But I think we both have really, we have a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences as well. So the skills that I think we both bring, both of us like to try things really quickly. I think that Dennis is really good at reliable structure and consistency. He's very, he had this membership site for a really long time, and he has consistent income coming in, month out. Whereas for me, I was more entrepreneur. I'd get, feast or famine kind of thing. So I'd have tons of money one month and then not a lot of money the next month at all, and then tons of money and then not a lot of money, and that kind of thing. And then when I, got a lot of money, I'd want to go travel, and then I'd come back and I'd spend all the money and then realize I need to do it all over again. So Dennis has been really awesome at bringing structure for me. I think I've been really good in bringing new ideas to him. I think that I bring him I think the biggest thing that he says that he gets from me is just the inspiration, just drive and enthusiasm and getting things done. But I also do bring in a ton of ideas. I'm a lot more into the social media kind of thing, so I can bring ideas around that. And just a lot of overall ideas on things. Like when you're in the business every day, you just don't really remember everything that you have. So Dennis had all these assets when I came in, but just wasn't necessarily using them. So we started taking advantage of what he had already and kind of doing things with that. And then I helped teach him about outsourcing and stuff, so we've been doing more outsourcing. He comes up with really fantastic ideas on his own. He helps keep me okay, do this, and he helps keep me motivated too. There's a lot of things that we bring to each other, and we do have pretty different, he's very logical programmer kind of mentality, and we have definitely had disagreements, and usually we resolve them really quick with, just communication, just because he's so programmer, and he looks for, his personality, just the programming world, he looks for flaws in things that are said, and for me, I'm like, come on, don't discourage me. And then also, there's things with me, because I get like that, he probably didn't always feel the most comfortable saying that kind of stuff. So, and then there's other things, I like to travel and everything, and so, but yeah, I think overall it works really well. As far as the Enneagram and Myers-Briggs, I'm a 2 and he's a 6. So I'm all about twos are all about making people happy, and you might know Enneagram. I'm just talking about for everyone in the blog. Twos are all about making people happy, and I'm a 2 with a 3 wing, so 3s are like really like they work really hard and high achievers and all that kind of thing. Dennis is a 6, so he's all about security and stability, and like he remembers all this stuff about legal forms and remembering to do this tax and this thing, and he's so much more like money, like he's so much better with the numbers and remembering sales and all that stuff that just makes my head spin, that I absolutely hate. Where I'm kind of more the idea generator, coming up with marketing. I bring the copywriting to the table. Obviously he brings most of the tech stuff. I don't know anything about tech, so yeah, that's what it, our Enneagram. And then our Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFJ and he's an ISFJ. So that works really, really well because I can be very like in the air, lots of ideas, and he's really good about just getting them systemized and getting them like tangible and making them happen. So yeah, it works really well. A lot of people, we have this thread in the Earn 1K a Day forum, and basically we've been talking about just the saga from our partnership and how well everything's been going, and trials, tribulations, all that stuff. And a lot of people have been really inspired and wanting to get partners on their own, and I would definitely recommend it. I mean, I think that it's so great to have someone that complements what you're not good at, because there's a lot of things, like I'm not good at the finances and Excel spreadsheets and all that stuff, and I could do it, but I absolutely hate it, so why, It's just so much nicer to have a partner. So I would definitely recommend, I mean, even maybe just for like a project or two, and then you can work your way up to longer term things, but it just works really well. And it keeps us both motivated, it keeps us both wanting to get things done, it keeps us both fresh. And we both like to make the other person happy, big time. And so it's really cool because like I was just away at the retreat and I came back and I saw Dennis tried with all these different emails to try and like make lots of sales and all that stuff. And I'll go, and right now I'm going to go edit a bunch of PDFs to make him happy. And I don't know, it's really nice that way. So yeah, that's kind of, oh, and then as far as how we work together, basically, we do a phone call every Tuesday and Friday at 9 a.m. We talk. It could be anywhere from 5 minutes to half an hour or longer. Usually it's around 20 to 30 minutes. And we just talk about things, projects, what we want to do that week, what we want to bring. And then we also have emails. But in the beginning, it was just way too many emails for me. I was going crazy. So we went to the phone call thing. And that's been really good. It's been really good to hear each other's voice, because just with the inflection, like it's hard to see on email. And so sometimes like Dennis is very like, I'm all exclamation points and smiley faces and hearts. And he's very like sentence, sentence, sentence. And sometimes people can read into it, just like it's not the happiest. So, not just me, but talking on the phone, like you really understand each other a lot better. So that phone call is really fantastic. We use Dropbox to do files amongst each other, to give files back and forth, and then we try to meet once a quarter just to like get in person, have the day flow, like a day with just tons of information. We're gonna meet in Vegas before we have our seminar in May, and then we're gonna do like see a show and hang out, maybe go to dinner, and just really have fun with each other as friends too, not just partners, So yeah, I mean, if there's anything I can clarify or anything, or any specific questions you have, please let me know. But otherwise, that's kind of what came to my mind first. And anyone, if you have any other questions, anyone else watching, anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer, and I need some new material. So I do have some questions in the queue, but the more questions you guys give me, the more I can answer and hopefully help. So that's it for today. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, and I'll talk to you soon.